if we're live yet. Okay, now we're live. Um, Hi everyone, it is Dawn and Tia. We are live. We are here. We are ready to talk to you about the steps that it takes to get into self-publishing. And we're gonna get a look into it. We're gonna do it in our normal about 45-minute time span. Um, what we're saying is stuff that has worked for us over the years.
Right.
Um, as I put in the description, these are not set rules. These are more like guidelines. Um, so my what okay, normally when you are self-publishing, a lot of people will tell you the easiest part about self-publishing is writing the book.
Absolutely. that is, yeah.
Once you type the words the end, once you type end, I put fin at the end of each of my, it's an anime thing. Um at the end of each of my books, that's when that's when the hellscape starts. But you have to go through edits, and there are various types of edits. You have to go and do your blurb. You have to do a synopsis if you're going on to traditionally publish your novel. You have to cover like the synopsis and everything like that. You I'm doing all of this off the cuff, so if I forget something, please forgive me.
How
I'm
about you need a
hoping.
cover? You need a
Okay,
cover.
yeah, I was about to get to that. I was about to say
Oh, okay.
you need to get to, yeah, you need to get your edits, you need to get your cover, you need to get your marketing strategy in place. You need to have ideas for promo. You need to have ideas for where you're going to promo. All of that all bundled up in a cute little package. Um yeah, so it gets really, really hectic. I have been self-published since 2008. When I think of it like that, it's like, dang. I've been at this for quite some time.
That is like, okay. I was like, okay, girl.
I have 12 books under my belt. I think. I think it's 12.
You sure it's not more?
No, I think right about now I think it is 12. I think. It's either 12 or 13. One of those two. I have either a dozen or a baker dozen. Um so that's one thing that I have under my belt. For the majority of my covers, all cards on the table, the majority of my covers were designed by this lovely creature that is sharing the screen with me. She my book baby mama.
Really?
Did I stutter?
No, you did not. But you need to know that I have made covers for other authors.
Yeah, she's made covers for other authors as well. I found her first. Hi. I'm in a mood. I'm sorry. I am in a mood. I have new followers on TikTok.
Oh,
I I a new single dropped that I adore.
I'm gonna check that out too.
I'm in a good mood.
Good.
I get to not Christmas 2021, but Christmas 2022. Oh,
What?
I did not get a chance to talk to you yet. I didn't get a chance to talk to you.
Do tell.
You know how I love playing Mystery Science Theater. You know how I live for
Oh,
movies
is
that
that
I
when that
can.
thing's coming out that you were talking about? For the
You
Mario?
know, yes.
Mm.
Holiday of 2022. I have to look forward to Chris Pratt playing Mario. Just so
But it's still gonna be a cartoon though.
yeah, it is. He's doing the voice of Mario.
It's me, it's Mario.
Yeah, I have a friend that's like really, really hoping that they don't do the stereotypical Italian accent voiceover.
Real
That
talk. Why would he have an Italian accent?
I don't know.
Where is he from? Is he?
Brooklyn.
Is he? Like for real? I know that's what they try to do in the Bob Hoskins movie.
You know what? I think the Mario lore was so thin
Exactly.
that
You
they
got
just
Mario and Luigi. They got ethnic first names. Their last name is brothers. That's not so ethnic.
no.
What is their last name?
Mario.
Oh, that's right. It's Mario. I forgot about that. Mario, and Luigi Mario. I did.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. I was blocking that out because that was that crazy.
Like the only two voices that I'm like, okay, I can get behind this and it be an animated movie is Jack Black as Bowser and Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I can get behind those voices.
Oh, so this is clearly a comedy.
No, no. Oh, wait, girl, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Toadstool. Your boy from Key and Peele.
Which one?
Key.
Now I'm imagining him with a hat and a vest.
Girl, Twitter is quick. They are quick.
They did that, didn't they?
No, they did it worse. They took an image of Toadstool, gave him a gold chain and some Drake waves.
You know, I can't do it. We're supposed to be talking about books. Y'all, don't let her sidetrack you like this. We talking about books. Who you talking about? No darn Mario. Daggone.
Text the Macaroni Heathen and have them send you that picture later.
I don't need to be involved in that. Come on.
Yes, you do. Yes,
No,
you
I don't.
do.
No, I don't.
See,
I'm gonna avoid it as long as I can. Look.
Look. And here's the skill of how I weave all of this back. Look at how excellent the marketing is on that movie. Whereas I am looking forward to it in a year out, more than a year out. True, I'm probably going to rip it to shreds, but still, I'm looking forward to it. That's the kind of audience that you want to get. Not necessarily the rip it to shreds part, but you want to get people excited for your book. That's what I mean. Not necessarily like, oh yeah, this is going to be bad. This is going to be so bad. I can't wait. No.
How do we get excited for our book? How do we get excited for the book? How do we do that? What are some ideas?
You can do various images, teaser images. We used to do something called One Line Wednesdays, where you would take like little tidbits and little snippets and just drop them on your social media. You have to be very active on social media. You want to go around and see what your audience wants and try to give it to them. I am getting more active on TikTok. So I give little thoughts here and there about different video games and excuse me, you want to get active about different I get active about different video games. I did one last night with the Macaroni Heathen about Bayonetta.
That was
And
fun. But we're not gonna sidetrack on that either, unless we're gonna
and
make it into a story.
I also did a TikTok about my thoughts on Jungkook and something that was going on with him. I'll probably do another one over the weekend about the song. I'll It's not always by my book, 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 by my book. You want to have snippets of you as a person and how much you love the subject that you are working on.
Yes.
Because it makes it that much more believable. You know, if I sat back and I'm like, oh yeah, my favorite K-pop song is Dynamite. And I wrote a K-pop romance.
That's what people's faces go. That's what people's faces
Not too many people would believe that. I was about to get sidetracked. I'm not going to, because there's another situation with someone saying that. Not in the book world, so that's why I'm going to back off. Yeah. See, this is what happens when you don't pick up your phone while you're at work during the day.
I was working. Literally, when you called, I was working. Somebody else was calling me. It was super crazy. It was like two phones was ringing at the same time while I'm trying to do something else. I'm a wanted person, not the criminal kind. The other kind. Well, not that kind either. The I need information wanted. Anyway, we digress. I will say that I like watching the people on the authors of Book Talk try market their various books. I've seen the whole gamut of basically talking about your book, talking about the writing process. I've seen people do dramas like from their book, and then I've seen people like have like music with their book. That's me, because I haven't figured out my niche to anything in life, unfortunately. It's kind of weird. I don't know, when I have these grand ideas for content on social media outside of just teasers, that's when something happens and it just doesn't happen. I get all these ideas but no execution in this at this point. Maybe my ideas are too grand. I'm a bit extra, I found out.
I love you with your extra.
That was last week. I was here when I found out I was extra.
I love you and your extraness.
The sad part is other people who have not seen this, I know they haven't seen this, confirmed it. That's what happened. When I was sitting there, y'all look, before, because this is book related, I was at a book signing, because those are some things that you might want to also set up to market your book.
Yes.
Either you might want to do a book signing in some place, like if your book takes place in a coffee shop, you might want to do a book signing in a coffee shop. We can kind of put it together, or you could just go to a coffee shop anyway, because that's a place where a lot of people like to read books. But I was at a brewery, because beer and books. I do have some books where the main character has a favorite type of beer, such as King of Wishful Thinking. He likes Smart Mouth, which is a local brew. And his friend likes El Guapo, which I'm not sure who puts that out, but I've seen that in the store. Of course, I've seen Smart Mouth too. But there's a Smart Mouth brewery around here. That is not where I was. I was at another brewery. I'm trying to work up the guts to talk to Smart Mouth. So if y'all catch on, please call me. Anyway, so I was there and I remarked that I was extra just to see what somebody said. And the person next to me was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. Because I was telling them about a swag idea I had. So here's a good example: marketing. I have a book, as you guys know, called I Gave You My Heart. It's a Christmas story. It's a Christmas paranormal story of all things. You can read it any time of the year, but this is Christmas is a part of it. And within it, there is a character that is super extra. His name is Thorn. And Thorn is a rock star. He's also a gnome, and he's a rock star. And he decided that he was going to help his friend out by making a CD and putting it out into the world. And it started to go like number one and all that good stuff. But I thought, here's a good swag idea. Why don't I make that CD art? Because I have that skill, and put the track list and everything. Because this is not a passing thought with the CD and the track. This is actually part of the plot of the story. So I decided I was going to try to make some swag with it. So, but before I could even begin to convert it into an actual item, I needed to get this art into some type of format that I could actually see. So I actually spent Saturday, almost all of Saturday, making this art. And it came out great. And then I got with my swag person, Copper Penny. Y'all like her. She's on Facebook, Simply Swag by Copper Penny. I got with her and we came up with an idea to actually do metal business cards. Yes, metal business cards. And so these little metal business cards, which are business card size, are going to have the album art on one side and the book cover on the other. And I'm going to actually have them as part of my swag pack. And because I have so many, I will be handing some of them out. So that is one way that you could advertise your book. Um, for that same book, I also have ornaments because it's a Christmas book. So I actually have ornaments made up. They're really cute. They're kind of behind me somewhere, but yeah, they're really cute. And they're little round ornaments with a little red ribbon. And I hope somebody put it on their tree because I've given out some already. I don't have that many because they were a little on the expensive side when you're going really long.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that I could tie my book to an item if I could. And that's something that, I mean, that's something you can do long term because another thing that I was always advised with when you're doing swag is make sure that your swag is utilitarian because you want people to keep it. Even if they don't necessarily like your book, because sometimes people just take free stuff just to take it. Unfortunately, there people are going to take your free stuff like your pens, your bookmarks, they may not be interested in your books at all and they may take it. So you definitely want to be utilitarian because maybe someone will borrow that pen or somebody might steal their pen and they'll be like, ooh, let me go find out who TB Bond is. Or let me see more about this book. So you want to do stuff like coasters, maybe keychains. A lot of people don't do a lot with keychains these days, but you can do something with it. Yeah, obviously bookmarks.
Bookmarks, a lot of people I have been seeing that a lot of people are shying away from bookmarks.
Mm-hmm.
A few authors that I know of, they're shying away from a lot of paper products as a whole. Um, I know for Sins Entertainment, since entertainment, I have swag of I have lens cloths with the cover of Promised Eternity. I have specifically for when I go to signings. Yeah, that's that's one of her lens cloths. I have one as well. Um, I have specifically for when I go to book signings, when you buy a copy of Promised Eternity, and when Christmas Remix comes out in print, I will have photo cards of the characters because photo cards are big in K-pop. Um, so you'll get photo cards of Sana and Daejun and of Changhyun and Tori. Um,
Right. Also, magnets.
yes, you get magnets. People, I have magnets on my fridge from books. I have the books are not my own. I have one from a friend of mine. This is a cell phone holder.
Oh, that's nice. Does it have her name on it or anything?
Yeah,
Can you show it?
MC Vaughn.
Oh.
She just has her name right here.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm saying. You're over here charting your phone, seeing the lady name. Ta-da.
Yeah, and my phone doesn't fit 100% because of my chimney pop socket. But yeah, you just sit the phone in this like this, and it just leans back. Most of the time, when you and I are on the phone and I'm down here in my recording studio, um, I have you on speakerphone and you're sitting in this thing.
Oh, look at me. That's my little house.
Yeah, actually, I hijacked two from her. So when so I have this one sitting here at my desk in my home, and then I have another one sitting at my desk at my day job. So this way I got it two places. I have a lip balm that
Yes, that great.
yes, and see that I will recommend to people only if you can do like I did. Because a lot of people when they get lip balm, they just go find the quickest lip balm that they can, grab a lip balm, order it, no fuss, no muss. They put their logo on it and they go. I wanted something specific to me to make my lip balms memorable. So I went and I found a flavored lip balm. And this is because when I had gotten this done, when I was putting all of this together, a lot of my motif was purple. A lot of my motif is still purple. Um, but my logo has changed. But I still try to incorporate things. You know, purple is one of my favorite colors. Um, so I found a lip balm that tastes like grape bubblegum. And if anyone remembers old school Bazooka Joe, the kind that you would feel like you're gonna chip your tooth on, that you would sit there and why are you laughing at me? You never had that experience?
Girl, they still got Bazooka Joe.
But not like that. The
I don't know where you
consistency.
find it, like Walmart or something weird.
No, see the Bazooka Joe that I see nowadays, it's in a cute little pack with the silver foil
Yes,
and
yes. It didn't have the little
nice.
comic. You talk about when they had the comic in
When
there.
it had the comic wrapped up in it, and if you didn't have that thing sitting in your pocket for like an hour and a half, if you just bought it at the store, paid your what, 5 cents for it, and you bit into it, you were liable to chip a tooth.
You're right. It was hard. It was hard. Yeah. And it had the little. It was corrugated too. I was like, I
Yes,
still have corrugated gum.
yes, yes,
Corrugated gum, y'all.
and
Bazooka Joe.
it used to smell so. The grape one smelled so good.
Grape was hard to find because usually you got regular. It might not have been hard to find for you, but for everybody else, it was
The
hard to
guy,
find.
the guy at my corner store when I was growing up,
He held it
whenever
for you.
Whenever he got a shipment of Bazooka Joe, he would pull out some of the grape ones and sit it specially to the side for me.
That is so
So
sweet. Didn't you have strawberry too?
yes, yeah. So I would go and I found this lip balm that was a purple lip balm that had a black case. Well, it was the lip balm itself wasn't purple, excuse me. It smelled like as soon as you opened it up, boom, all you got was the grape smell.
Right.
Everyone remembers that.
They do. They do. They remember that. They do. And I think that's cool that you were able to do that
Yeah.
because I think that's a good experience. I actually um, did something similar, but not with lip balm. I had sugar scrub one year
Hmm.
where I did that, and I had the scent based upon the Love, Sex, and Magic series because
Hmm.
I had the kind that I made, and then I also had a version that I had made from somebody I knew from Q actually, and she
Okay.
made like 3 cents, and I used that as a giveaway basket. So yes, people people get tied to those things.
Yeah. Other ideas for swag would be especially nowadays would be face masks and hand sanitizers. Those
Yes,
would be
yes,
huge, you
yes.
know, because I know authors that have had hand sanitizers as swag before all of this, before the the world shut down. And it's like even now, it's like, hey, that's something that
Oh, they'll take it.
yeah.
And you don't have to, this doesn't have to be expensive. Like, for example, I know an author, Allie Marie. She bought the plastic container that a lot of these times you see it at the store. She bought that whole container and the plastic with it too. And I think all of those were probably $1 piece. There's probably 50 of them in there. So she paid $50, I guess. And she put stickers with her brand on each one of those hand sanitizer bottles, like on the fronts, because you got to leave when you have stuff like that. You have to show the ingredients,
Yeah.
so you can't have your logo cover up the ingredients. So she put it on the front, where I guess Equate Purell or whatever brand it was is in the front.
Hmm.
So that's her giveaway. A little bottle of hand sanitizer about that big.
Yeah.
I got like two of them because she got the nice smelling ones.
Yes. And Copper Penny does she has swag. She has it so that you can buy masks. Um I have not purchased any masks or anything yet. I haven't decided if I was going to or not, to be
I
totally.
think I'm going to.
Um so yeah. We talk a lot about marketing, we talk a lot about editing, we talk a lot about things being out there. Um when it comes to self-publishing, and it's always a process. It's a nonstop thing. We're sitting here, we're talking about, the stuff that we have coming out like now, but that's because we can talk about it because it's coming out now. All of these plans, all of these ideas, they were formed and started taking place back in like March, April. So you have you have to think of self-publishing when you get into it. You have to start trying to think of it as, one, it is your business. Two, you have to think of it as a chess game. You don't want to sit back and go tit for tat. You want to have at least three moves planned out ahead of you
Exactly.
at any given point in time. Um, Now, also after, okay, so now we have the editing done, done. We have some of the marketing figured out for swag. Next thing, we have the cover. The next thing that you want to do, and I I used to be one of those people that would say, "Don't worry about it," but worry about it. Get your book formatted.
Oh yes. Yes. Format your book.
Don't sit back and be like, "Oh, well, they have a little template over here." Don't follow that template. Don't, because, and I say this as someone who, my best friend is a graphics designer. My best friend does format books. My best friend has formatted my books. That being said, she's my best friend. I'm on the phone with her all of the time. I am not her only client. So when she gets frustrated because someone has tried to follow a template and it comes out a hot damn mess, I'm just like, oh God, I want to do it for you just so it's not a hot mess for you to deal with. And it's not a complaint like, oh my God, grr. It's one of those, really? We have to deal with this. Why can't Microsoft just get their stuff together? It is more so on Microsoft's end. I will say that.
Yeah, Microsoft can be a mess. Be careful.
Yes. And way too many people use Microsoft to, I haven't even tried to look at what Google does
It's
for Google Docs.
it's not too bad. It's about I have less drama converting Google. Well, because you can't just straight out use Google Docs as is. You have to convert it to a Microsoft Documents, and then you got trouble already.
Okay.
So it's not a one for one.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have less features to format with anyway in Google Docs. I mean, you got all the ones that you care about in general,
Hmm.
but every now and then you'll want to be like, "Ha, let's try this one." But they're always updating it too. I wouldn't format if you well you can format in Microsoft Word if you want to. Lots of people do it. Lots of people use templates and everything, and that's fine too. But you really have to know what you're doing, and you have to be patient because Microsoft Word is a software that does so much that they're doing too much. That's the simple way of saying it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're gonna have instances where something should work or it worked consistently for 29 paragraphs and then on paragraph 30 it's not working. That's gonna happen, I promise you. Or half the book it won't do it for and the other half does because something.
Yeah.
That's a,
I think that's the one that happened to me.
that's a thing. I can't explain it. It requires starting over in a new file. But still,
Yeah.
those things are gonna happen, so you're gonna have to be patient. That's real. Any given time it can just throw up on you. And I personally, that's not good for my sanity as I'm trying to get a schedule together. I'm just saying.
And I am on record with TV saying that I have the patience of a Roman emperor. I want what I want when I want it when I want it now. Um, so when it's time for me to format a book, I call her. I got to call you over the weekend.
Christmas remix.
Yeah. And that moves us to our next portion. I am trying to get Christmas Remix in print before, because at towards the end of October, I am doing an author event. We brushed on it a little bit when we were talking about swag. Author events are a good way to get your name out there. I will say you have to be careful with author events. Um, Before the world shut down, you know, authors were doing events all of the time. There were some women that I met that legit made it sound like a circuit. They go to this
Oh,
event, this event, this event, this event, this event, this
oh
event,
yeah,
and they
oh
do
yeah.
it every year. They're moving every year,
There are people every other weekend.
every every other month, every other weekend. I knew of someone that she was going to a different state every other month for a signing, and had a full-time job.
Oh, yeah, that's impressive.
So yeah, um, like I said, it's like a circuit. These circuits can run very expensive, very, very expensive, because you have to, swag aside, books, having your own book inventory aside, you have to have table fees. A lot of places have table fees. You have to know what they have and what they don't have.
Right.
And by that, I mean anything from, do they have chairs and a table? Do they
Our
have a
table.
tablecloth?
Yes.
Do they have space for your banner if you have one? Do they have an area for you to, do they have outlets near where you're going to be sitting?
What size the table too?
What size is the table? How much room can you have? Um, I know TB has done tables as small as what, 4 feet?
I've
4 feet?
yes, I've done places where there's 4 foot tables, 6 foot tables, some where there's 6 foot tables, but they're not 6x4s like you normally get, or is it a 6x3? It was 6 by like 1.5, like those really small tables when you go to
Not
uh
small, but skinny.
conf- the skinny tables that you go to conferences, but they have the little ruffles on the side. Those
Yeah.
don't be, that happens. You may get a table like that
Yes.
where two of them together would be a regular table.
Yes. You may be sharing a table. You may be sharing a booth. You may be sharing space.
You might need a tent.
Yes. We did an outdoor event with some other friends of ours where we had 2 tables in a 10-foot space under a canopy. And we had what, 4 of us crammed in there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us almost. Um, Now here's the linchpin. Here's the thing that kicks people in the teeth when it comes to these events, though. You also have to incorporate. I said table fees. I said merchandise for the table, like if you have the table itself. Travel. Some people fly in. Some people drive in. Some people take the train. Some people take a bus. I don't know who
How
takes a bus.
many of you? Is it one? Is it two? You
Is it,
might need
do you
two.
do you have an assistant with you? Um, is lunching in the event, is lunch included? How long is the event? Is it one day? Is it a whole weekend? Um, Accommodations. You don't want to travel out of state and blow, and this is something that you take a risk on. And you have to, before you book the event, before you even book the event, you have to know in your heart of hearts that you may have to come off of $1,000 to go to an event and not sell a thing. Or you sell stuff, but you don't make your money back. You have to think of it as it might be a monetary loss, but your name is out there, your face is out there. So it's one of those give take sort of things when it comes to actual author events.
Yes, and how many of those you can afford as well too,
Yes.
because
Yes.
it may be one a year, it may be
It
none
may
a
be
year.
one a year, it may be none a year. I know some people that have been successful that have never been to an event. I have done a few events. I will say, when it comes to doing author events, I enjoy author events. I enjoy going to cons way more. Um, Tia and I, for a couple of years, we were able to do Awesome Con in here in the DC, where I am in the DC area. Um,
Awesome Con was awesome.
yeah, being able to sit down and just talk with the audience, I think that's where I find my
Yeah,
happy my happy
and
place.
yeah, so panels.
Yes.
Yes, panels. That is a great way to network. I will say the last panel we had at Awesome Con, that was the biggest panel I've ever been in. That was amazing. And half the room stayed after to ask more questions. It was like it
That
was
part was mind blowing.
it was mind blowing because you guys need to understand that we were in a ballroom. We had half of a ballroom, and half of a ballroom stayed behind and came up against the table like, "Oh, let me get my chance to talk to y'all." And we were like, it was like, "Do I need security now?" And it was awesome because they were just listening, and we were like, "You do realize it's me, right?"
Yeah. And that's also another thing. I will tell everyone, um a lot of times I, like everyone else, suffer from imposter syndrome. You have to put that aside. When you go to an event, when you go to a panel, when, like right now, I am I am here, I am hyped up on ginger ale, and I'm looking forward to eating some dinner in a little bit when we're done. Part of me is like, I don't even know if we should be doing this when we're not here. When we're not here, I have that, oh my god, no one's going to listen to me. No one knows. People are going to think that I don't know what I'm talking about. That whole thing. But at the end of the day, I do know what I'm talking about because I've been doing this for so long. So you get there and you get these little like insidious thoughts like, no, you're not good enough, you're not doing it. Don't listen to them. You be you. Go, and again, when we were at the panel at Awesome Con, there was a young lady in the audience that she kept saying, she was trying to be a writer. She was a wannabe fan fiction writer. And I kept correcting her. I don't know if you remember this. I corrected her like 4 or 5 times. So you're a writer. No, it's only fan fiction. So you're a writer. But I'm only trying. Is it published? Is it out there? It's on fanfiction.net. So you're a writer. And if anyone who sees this needs that kick, you can just message me and I will give it to you. You
You're a
are
writer.
I say it all the time. It's like people ask me, what do I do? I don't tell them my day job. I have a day job, yeah. I don't tell them my day job unless they specifically ask, what is your day job? Otherwise, what do? I'm a writer. That's the mindset that you have to have. Why do you have that smile on your face?
Because I am a very lovely person.
I know that. But that's not your I am a lovely person. That's your I'm a lovely person smile. That's a I'm a lovely person and I'm trying to get away with being cute smile.
What smile are you referring to?
The smile that I am referring to is your, and forgive my language because this is me being me for a moment. It's going to be a little PG-13. That's your smile of, I am so proud this bitch is finally getting it. I've been telling her this shit for years and she's finally getting it.
Oh, you read my eyes then. Except
Yes!
for the
I
bitch
know
part.
what your eyes
Except for
do.
the bitch part.
Look, I know what your eyes do.
They see, girl. They see. I'm glad you know what my eyes do. No, you know what my eyes do. I'm glad you were able to read what they say. My eyes see because that's how they work.
Yes. So, so I will say that when it comes to one of the main things that when it comes to like going to these events is remembering who you are, Simba. You get on Pride Rock and you own it.
Exactly.
Pitch off Star.
Remember who you are.
Right. Because if anything, if nothing else, even if people don't buy your book, even if all they did was sit down and stand there and talk with you for a few minutes, they will probably end up following you on social media, seeing how much of an awesome person you are, and then buying your stuff anyway.
Yeah, believe that it's actually surprising when that kind of stuff happens. Someone's like, I Googled you.
That okay, that kind of bugged me out the first time that happened.
Yeah.
That bugs me out because I was at the Baltimore Book Festival and it was one of the first times I was at the Baltimore Book Festival. I was speaking on 3 panels that weekend and this woman comes up to me and she's like, I want you to sign my book. And she hands it to me and it's a book that I didn't even have on sale. And I'm like,
That's super cool.
where did you get this? And then she goes, I Googled all of the writers and I bought one book from Amazon from each of them. So yeah, I signed her book. I got pictures with her and everything. Yeah, that is like the most awesome thing.
That is awesome.
When once you get into your groove as an author and you start showing who you are and people enjoy that and when you get to interact with people, and I'm someone that I don't like to people necessarily, but well actually I should say I don't like to people unnecessarily. So so when you get to when you're at a point where you have to be on and you get to react to someone who enjoys you, it's like, oh my God. This is better than them the Red Lobster biscuits, I'm just saying. I think she's done with me right now.
I'm
At
all
least for
right.
the moment.
No, I'm okay because you know what? Yeah, the biscuits only last for so long, but that lasts forever.
Yep. Okay, so now we have done author events. We have done
Swag
web
and marketing.
swag and marketing. One thing that we did not brush on was cover reveals.
Yes. Please, 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 y'all. When you do a cover reveal, make sure your book is on at least Amazon. Wherever you plan to have it, make sure that your retail link is there. And the reason why I say that is not a mandatory thing, but it is an opportunity right there to say, not only is this brilliant cover here, but you can get it now or pre-order it or whatever your plans are. Because you're gonna that's an because you're gonna have that audience captured at that moment. The one thing you don't want to do is put your cover out there, someone gets super excited about it because they read that your blurb and or whatever, or they saw the cover and fell in love, and then there's no way for them to get any satisfaction with your book, and you're reliant upon them to remember to come back later, 2 months from now, 2 weeks from now, 2 seconds from now, that you're gonna have a link ready. Because
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, for me, as busy as I am, you've lost me unless that book has got me salivating in a way you just cannot believe, which that doesn't happen often.
you know what? Not even then. And I hate to sound cold when I say it, but um you are not Nintendo. The Nintendo Direct that they aired yesterday did that a lot. Where they were like, hey, we have all of these cool things down the pipeline for this game, but we're going to tell you about it next month. Tune in.
Right, because their competition is very little. They were like 3 people. They got the
Pretty much.
world's attention, and there's only 2 other people listening for them. And in some cases, they follow all 3 of them, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. So, especially in the world of indie pub, it's not that no, it's not that small of a pond.
Right,
Um,
you do not want to waste an opportunity.
yeah, what you want in an ideal world, because of the way I publish exclusively through Amazon at the moment. Um, I do not. You can put up a pre-order a year out. You don't want to have a because I it happened and I did not get nearly as many sales as I could have. Where I put out a pre-order link and then a cover coming soon.
Me too.
You don't
Me
want to
too.
do that because
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, okay." Huh. And I know, everyone says don't judge a book by its cover. Well, it's a book. It's going to be judged by its cover. It is what it is what it is.
Especially if you can't read it right away.
Yes.
I too had the same problem. Mm,
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't have mine up very long, but the
Yeah.
mock cover. But
I had mine because I was very poor at planning it. My cover was not revealed until like a week before it was released. You don't want to do that. Um, you want to have your cover and your pre-order link releasing at the same time. Um, you I'll say it because it is true. You don't need to have the book finished, but Amazon will harass you the closer it gets to your the date. Being like, hey, yeah, you want to put in a file to pre for your pre-order, Remember your pre-order? Yeah, you need to put a file in here. Yeah, put a file in there. What ends up happening if you do not put a file in there for them to send out, they will ban you from pre-ordering, from creating a pre-order for a year.
For at least a year.
At least a year, yes. And as an indie author, you do not want that.
And I'm gonna tell you, Amazon's long hair don't care. I'm just saying.
Pretty much.
So they will not hear your story. I mean, in the pandemic, they might hear your story because
Yeah.
recently they've been hearing stories. But I
Yeah,
don't know how long that grace is going to continue.
Yeah, since the world stopped, they were a little bit better at hearing appeals, but you don't want to rely on their grace because right now, today, they may be Robert Baratheon. Tomorrow, we may be dealing with Cersei Lannister.
How about Joffrey?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, you don't want to go there. So you want to try to have your ducks in a row when it comes to that. So we talked about the pre-release, the pre-order. Now we are at the release. I'm trying to do this like a quick rundown because we're over the hour mark, but okay. You have reached your release. Now you are on social media and you are promoting. Again, you don't have to be all buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. But you want to make sure your book has a presence out there, be it with ads, be it with little showcases, going and connecting with book blogs or with groups on whatever social media you frequent, like Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, Bookstagram.
YouTube.
Yes, YouTube. Twitch has a book.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they do. We haven't been broadcasting the Twitch in the past couple of weeks. I have to see more into that because of reasons. But yeah, you want to get out there and be known. You also it is daunting. It is time consuming. It can be very stressful. But in the long run, you get those pages read, you get those books sold, you get the money coming in. I am not going to sing Lisa's song Money because it was okay.
How about butter? Have it coming in like butter. Smooth like butter.
Gonna pump that trouble breaking into your heart like that. Yeah. I could end up singing that whole damn song, so let's just move on.
So yes, definitely once you release, you want to definitely promote your book. That's not when it stops. That's kind of when it gets going full tilt.
It gets going good, yeah.
You can do Facebook parties. That's still a thing. I'm just saying, drop-ins, newsletter swaps, and of course, your social media. You definitely want to have. It's almost. Excuse me. I would say that you would have. That is ideal. You want to have like a 30-day, maybe a 30-day plan before the book, and then for 90 days after the book, because depending on how many books you have, you can ride the wave of a new release pretty far. But if you don't have that many books, you're probably going to be able to ride it about 90 days.
Yeah.
Before you start seeing like a sharp drop. Unless you have a good marketing strategy, then you can ride it a little longer.
Yeah.
The best I've ever done was ride it about 7 months. Here I am on month 8, and I'm like, it's like death, and I'm like, oh. And that's also because I didn't plan properly. I would say as an indie person, another part of the planning process that she hasn't mentioned is when's the next one coming?
Yes.
Because indie people don't have to adhere to a schedule of once a year or twice a year. So you got to figure out how often are you going to put your books out that you can sustain. Are you a once a year person? I mean,
Well,
you can make it work.
even
Or you're twice a year, or you're 3 years. Some people write fast. I'm just saying.
even on that note, it's like it's not even a so much of an when you're traditionally published, they normally just don't publish a person multiple times a year unless you are bringing in money like Nalini Singh,
Oh yeah, you have to bring in the money to be. You're right.
unless you're someone like Karen Marie Moning, unless you're like Cressley Cole. I don't even know if she's had anything recently. Gina Showalter, Sherilyn Kenyon, Christine Feehan. Those are women that I know that they're traditionally published. J.R. Ward, they are traditionally published, and they are putting out multiple books a year. But there's two caveats to that. One, those books were probably written a year and a half to 2 years ago. And two, again, they bring in that money. I know some traditionally published authors that are not bringing in that money, so they only get one release a year. And because of the type of contract that they signed, they're only going to get that one book published that year because they have signed a contract saying that anything else that they write, the publishing company has first dibs on it. And when they go and they submit it to the publishing company, they take 6 to 8 months to tell them either yes or no. So then that hems up everything even further. Whereas, so as a traditionally published person, you have that, okay, I have this year, let me write this book. And it might come out a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road.
Hopefully, not that far apart though.
No, well, I say down the road, but there might be other things coming too. Um, Whereas 2021, I personally put out 3 books, and I'm counting the one that is up for pre-order right now.
You should. Here they
So
come out like next month. Well,
yeah,
maybe not next month, but November.
yeah. So I had one in March, one in September, one in November. I'm working on another one that I'm thinking about trying to make it so that one comes out in like February, March. And then after that, who knows? Probably May, June. Every few months because of the way the indie landscape is, there are so many indie authors that it is easy excuse me, it is easy to be lost in the shuffle, and you you don't want people to forget who you are and what you write. You don't want people to forget what your story is. It's something that as a reader we joke around with, like, oh yeah, I went to this book signing, but I have to sit back and remember if I bought this book or not. Well, for an author, that's kind of like heart stopping, because
Yes.
that means you're forgettable. So yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So yeah, you want to have your plan, you want to make up your plan, you want to stick to your plan. You want to have all of your stuff in a row. Um, I feel like I've talked a lot during this hour. I have been hyped up on, I, I was not feeling well before we started filming. And so I ended up, um, my stomach has been bothering me the past couple of days. So I think it's because I haven't been eating right. Um, the macaroni heathen went and made dinner tonight.
Oh,
So once we're done, I'm gonna go upstairs and get something to eat. I went when I had my lunch. I started drinking just to try, and the macaroni heathen was like, "Mom, don't." I tried the Canada Dry cranberry ginger ale.
oh, I like that.
I'm like, "Oh, this tastes good, but it's missing the rum." I didn't put any rum in it. I didn't. I didn't. And the macaroni heathen is like, "Please
Not on
don't."
an empty stomach.
I know, right? So there's that, and then there's also like I am genuinely in a good mood. I am so happy for the BTS single. I still have to go buy that tonight, so I need to watch the video another 3 times. I want to do my part as Army.
Wow. Well, you know what? There you go.
Yes. Okay, so now next week, uh let's see, next week it is October 1st.
You know, what should we do? Something Halloweeny kind of? What you think?
Huh. What are we gonna do Halloweeny?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Actually, you know what? On Netflix, Del Luna.
Okay. All right. You know what? Actually,
At least 4 episodes because you know how long they are.
I can do that.
You can do that.
We can do a recap of Hotel de Luna. We can do that. I also want to talk about the King Eternal Monarch. That's more of a parallel universe though than a Halloween.
Hotel Del Luna is a K drama, and so I would like to talk about episodes 1 through 4, y'all, and not only what happened in those episodes, but the story that they tell in these Korean dramas that I am just here for. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know one that I can. Okay, I know another one. I don't know if you have access to it though. Crap.
You gotta tell me what it is first.
Um, I want to say it is my roommate is a Gumo.
You talking about my girlfriend is a Gumo?
No, my roommate.
Oh, I haven't seen my roommate. I've seen my girlfriend. Okay.
Hotel Deluna.
Well,
I gotta log in. Let me.
I'll have to research that and get back to you.
I am. Let's see here. Huang, my watch list. Okay, because I have Vicky Rakuten, where they have like all of the K dramas and C dramas and J dramas and all of that jazz. Okay, I have Hotel de Luna. Doom at Your Service was also another really good one. It's supposed to be another one that's really
You
good.
said it was called what?
There's one called Doom at Your Service.
No, I'm talking about the Gumo.
My Roommate is a Gumiho. Kiss Goblin.
Oh, all I had to do was write my roommate. Here it goes.
Tale of the Nine-Tailed. That one is another one that looks like it was supposed to be really good.
It looks like it's only on Viki right now.
Oh.
I mean, that's not hard to get. Isn't it free?
Yes and no. I have a paid account because I am not going to. It's only like $7. I am not going to deal with an hour and a half K drama that has commercials.
Oh, you're right. No, okay. So let's pause on that. That my roommate. I'll check Netflix just to see because Hotel Del Luna popped up on Netflix.
It just came out on Netflix,
and so maybe that's in the queue or something. We'll scooch that down because yeah, I would tell y'all. Well, we'll get into it when we talk about these episodes because woo, they fit a lot in an hour.
Yeah,
you feel like you're sitting there too, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, these are all like mini movies, and they're awesome like that. So, okay, starting next week, we will have a sub-series called the K-Drama Rabbit Hole. This way we could talk about different K-drama. We could October we will focus on Hotel Del Luna. The entire month we will focus on Hotel Del Luna.
Because we're gonna need a month.
You know.
We're gonna need a month. Y'all gonna need a month. Trust me.
And we may, and also in November, December, around holiday time, we will not be going live. What we will end up doing, because we're actually going on a vacation, what we will be doing is doing a couple of record a couple of episodes. So if you see us looking one way and then the next week we're still in the exact same clothes, please do not come for us. It's because we just recorded.
You can only see part of the outfit anyway. I might be wearing a different shirt.
I don't have that many red tops. Black tops, yeah. Red tops.
Now that you told them that.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna start planning a lot of stuff together, and so this way we won't have a long break like we did over the summer where we did not plan. I apologize. So we will catch you guys all next week for K-Pop Rabbit Hole Hotel Del Luna episodes 1 through 4. Spoilers! And we will join you next time. Bye.
Bye.